What's up, everybody? Jonathan here, and we got a new map today. If you followed me on Facebook or YouTube post, you probably saw my comment on, I think it was Monday, about that there was going to be no new video for that day, but plantation time lapse on Wednesday, and then if things go according to plan, a special video on Friday. Well, this is that video. So what we have here is a brand new map that I'm working on, and no, it's not Ransom Ridge, and no, it's not the interior. It's brand new. In fact, I've got less than 2 weeks on this map. I was working on the interior, and Cirrus Mods, and everybody was playing on that one, checking it out, all the new roads and stuff that were in there, and I just kind of got the idea that there's not really this isn't a super challenging map, but there's not really like a mountain logging type map that's just really challenging. So I thought I'd try to put something like that together. I mean, like I said, this isn't the most difficult, but there are some extremely difficult sections of road in this map. Lots of switchbacks and tight curves and stuff. And so what I thought we'd do is, I'm not finished with this map yet. As we look around here, this is the sawmill area. I've got just random stuff kind of placed. I was trying to put the Mod Hub weight station scales that are on there in this spot here, and one over here, but I couldn't ever get the things to work. So I haven't had time to play around with them and see what's going on. But basically here, let me fly up into the air. So this is the sawmill. There's the sort of small wood storage area, and of course you got your shop and office building there. I've got the Expendables modding wood chip dump ramp as a automatically placed there, so you have to have it in your mods folder and activated for it to show up in the game. And then wood chip sell points right there, and I'm just gonna have a log sell point right there where most maps have it. I thought about loading in the production sawmill and all that, but I was just really trying to put something together pretty quick, because I just had this idea and I wanted to run with it real fast. There's lumber storage over here. You can't really do anything with it. It's all just decoration. Some old equipment parked over here, and that's pretty much it for the sawmill. Oh, and then the little gas pump. Yeah, I put this under this little covered wooden thing. I just had the idea, what if you're trying to gas up your vehicle and it's raining? So I put a little shelter over it. Over on this area, there is a cutover. This track here will be buyable, and all these little stumps in here, you can cut those or grind them or whatever, and then replant it if you want to. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go out of the sawmill, and I've still got probably, let's see, today's Thursday. I put some time on it today, but I'll put some more time on it later. And let's see, then it'll be Friday. I probably won't get to work on it much Friday. And then Saturday, I'm hoping to put some time on, maybe Sunday. So I'm thinking maybe by midweek next week, like maybe Wednesday, Thursday, something like that, I'll be ready to go. Because what I've got left to do is all these little small trees. Oh, come on. This Xbox controller, I swear. I'm going to unplug it and throw it out the window. I'm not sure what's going on. I think maybe there's a loose connection in there somewhere, and it freezes my game because this thing vibrates and it takes a second for it to come back. So still waiting on it to come back. There we go. Maybe I should have got the wireless one. But anyway, so what I got left to do is, I have not got the wood sell point added in yet. Everything else is functioning. The vehicle sell point, the shop trigger, the fuel pump, then the wood chips are all working. Have not got the wood sell point, the lumber sell point in yet. The log sell point, I should say. Let's see. The mud is in. It's working. The season's mask is in. I guess it's working. I haven't tried it yet. But it's down to the big stuff, like all these little trees that are. Let me go around this way. All these little small trees that I like to add in for detail. Those have not all been added in yet. I've got a start. And then I've got to do the farmlands, the PDA, and the map preview and the map icons. I still got a good bit to go, but I'm getting there. Okay, so let's just kind of fly over real quick. I'm gonna actually zoom way on up so maybe we can get these trees out of view. There we go. You can kind of start to see. Okay, so the sawmill, you come out, there's only one entry and exit from the sawmill. I thought about putting in another one, but I just couldn't ever figure out how to really make it flow right. So one entrance and one exit. When you come out of the sawmill, you've got an option to go up this road, which you can see all the curves and stuff I've got added into this map, and it goes up pretty steep too. In fact, that far corner right there, we can see the kind of little landing up on top there. I think that's about as high as the map will go, and then where this little river area is about as low as the map can go. So I'm utilizing the entire height of the map. But this one road here, if you keep going to the left, it just kind of dead ends up there, so you can build your landing or whatever. And then this area, this landing right up here is a yarder landing. I've got 3 or 4, well, I guess more than that, probably about 4 or 5 nice yarder landings. So if you want to do some yarding, you can. You can see there's a few little switchbacks on that one, but you haven't seen nothing yet. Okay, so if you keep going straight and don't take that first left, you'll come down to the bridge. You can see that there's only one bridge across this river. And then if you go on past there, it just kind of, you can see it just kind of winds up to another, there's a yarder landing right there. I think I've got a bunch of big trees. Oh, I do have big trees on the map, by the way. They're not like huge, but they're, you know, pretty good size. So I think I've added a bunch in right there on that spot. And there's just lots of trees, but I was hoping that I could stay up high enough where I could see the roads, because that's really what I want to focus on, is the roads. Alright, so again, on past the bridge, you can see that one, that road right there is pretty steep, if I remember correctly, and lots of switchbacks going up there, and again, it just dead ends in that corner up there. Okay, so coming over to this side of the map, again, across the bridge, you've got a couple different ways you can go. You can go kind of straight and head towards the middle of the map, or you can take a left and go up this side. And I put in a landing right there, and I think you can do some yarding there. I can't remember if that one's good for yarding or not. But again, you know, just a few little switchbacks in there. Alright, coming over this way. Let's see, I don't remember exactly why I put that landing in where I did. I guess I like having landings in there. I know, you know, up in the northwest and north and whatever, that a lot of it's roadside work, but I like having the landings in there, just have some room to maneuver. So I put them in there. Okay, now here's where it gets fun over here on this side. So after you come across the bridge, if you go straight, then take the first right, or the only right, I guess. Lots of switchbacks going up this hill here. And then it's a pretty long road too, so you have to find you a good spot to dive off and start logging if you want to, you know, get off of the road anywhere in here somewhere. And I'll make a bunch of tracks of timber in through here and everywhere really. I'm going to have probably, I don't know, probably 25 or 30 tracks of timber. So there'll be a lot of, I'll try to, you know, mix it up, some small ones, some big ones, and whatever. Just kind of get a good mix there. Now, once you come on around this way and then make the switchbacks up along this ridge and come back over, you actually go back down, which is kind of fun. And then it goes back up again, and eventually you'll come over to this area, and that's a nice yarder spot right there at the very edge of the map over there. That's a really good yarding spot. And then this road right here, I tell you, it's a long way around there, because once you come across the bridge, you take that right, you got to make all those switchbacks, and then you come up along this ridge, and then you go back down. You can see it just lots and lots of switchbacks, really tight ones too, so you got to make sure your driving skills are pretty good. And then it goes back up again, and you come up to this mountain here, and there's a nice big open yarder spot there. I probably will go back and add in some bigger trees, because I put too many of those little small trees in there, I think. But let's hop on down to the ground right here. I want to show you this. Okay, so when you come around this way, there's a tunnel. It's pretty cool, all the rocks and stuff. And these lights will actually stay on in the daytime. I'm probably going to switch those out with some different lights, because they're not very bright. But anyway, tunnel there. And then when you come on up this way, it's pretty, not pretty steep. It's fairly steep, I guess. And then I've got a little sign over here that kind of warns you that it's a steep grade ahead. It's, like I said, it's not terribly, but if you don't know any better and you come barreling over this hill, you'll better hope your brakes work. Alright, so it's going to be just a fun little map. I just want to throw something together basically kind of quick, and like I said, I still got a bunch more work to do on it. You can see over here I've got a bunch of trees that are on the side of this rock that I probably need to remove. Yeah, I need to remove all those, and I may leave a few just for looks, but like that one right there was kind of silly just out on its own on the peak, but I'll fix that. And you know, the map border is nothing yet. You can just all see the water out there, so I gotta fix that. But I just basically wanted to kind of show it off a little bit and let you know what's coming. And it'll be next week, because I've got to, you know, do some of the major stuff that's pretty tedious, like all these roads. You can see how long and how many and all that. I've got to go around there and put bushes and other little details and stuff in there. All the roads, pretty much all the roads have mud on them, and I tried to put the mud puddles in there and where you would ordinarily have mud, because if you come around here, you can see there's kind of a dip in the road right there. There's a little low spot here, kind of a low spot there, but then as you're coming up this way, you probably wouldn't see mud because it's the water would run off. But then when you come up to this spot, you see there's some water there. So I try to, you know, put the mud in the realistic places. And let's see here. Okay, so there's a big tree right there. There's a big one there, and then this one here is also a big one, but that one's just a regular spruce stage 5 right there. So you can kind of see the difference. They're not huge, but they're big enough to where, you know, you probably have to have something that's designed to cut those things, because just not any machine's going to cut those. Okay, so like I said, there is mud on the map. I'll drive around the little lumber log storage, whatever, and just kind of show you the mud. See it splashed around through there. It'd be a lot of fun on the roads, you know, whenever you got a loaded log truck and splashing down through the mud. I like the mud. It's pretty cool. Alright, and now the other thing I was going to show you was, of course, this truck's kind of loud, but of course, with the Expendables modding wood chip dump ramp over here, you've got to have their trailer that goes with it. So you would... Those Jake brakes are really loud. So anyway, you get the idea. You would pull up here and then back in and tip your wood chips in there. So, what you're either going to have to do is use like the Brooks wood chipper or the Beast or something like that. and you know, fill up your wood chip trailer. Well, I'm not very good at backing this up, but anyway, whatever. And or you could there's the wood crush replaceable from the Global Company mods and all that. You could put that in here somewhere, and then just go sell the chips there. I thought about putting another spot to sell the wood chips, so you'd have to, you know, like actually truck them somewhere. But you know, y'all can put that in if you want to. So I just kind of left everything up to you guys basically, and just went simple with this map. Once I get this one finished and released, and then we get the interior finished and released, I'm going to jump right back on Ransom Ridge and get it finished, because that's going to be a sweet map. This one, you know, of course, Ransom Ridge is twice as big as this map, and if you once you download this map and play it, you'll see, like I said, when you come across that bridge to the other side and take that first right and go around all the way to the tunnel, that is a long drive. I mean, it takes a long time. And this is only a 1x map. You know, this is a standard size, so you can imagine a 4x map, twice as big. But oh, I guess I should say, I have not completely decided on a name for this map yet. I'm kind of leaning towards Logger's Nightmare, just because of all the switchbacks and the steep terrain and stuff, because there is some pretty steep terrain. You're most likely going to have to fell some of these areas with a chainsaw and then use a winch or something to, you know, get them back up. So there's some pretty steep areas. So I'm tentatively going with Logger's Nightmare, but we'll see. I may change my mind. Right now I think that's what I'm going to go with, but anyway, I'm going to sign off and get back to work on this map and see if I can't get it finished up for you guys pretty quick. But I hope you enjoyed this little map tour. And like I said, I'm hoping to get this done about midweek next week. So be looking for it maybe Wednesday, Thursday, possibly on into Friday. Just depends. But because like I said, I still got to do all the farmlands. Got to get all those drawn in. And then I've got to do a bit of other work that's kind of tedious, especially with all those bushes and small trees and stuff around the roads, because there is tons of roads on this map. And then I got to do the PDA, which, yeah, that maybe takes, maybe an hour. I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, something like that. But anyway, yep, I'm looking forward to this myself. I'm going to be playing a series on this map, and I hope you enjoy it too. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.